you were attacked because of the gospel of inclusion. Why are people so threatened by that?
The gospel of inclusion basically says Christianity may not be, as an institutional expression, may not be as relevant in the 21st century as it seemed in previous decades and centuries. That it is losing its cadence, as the term you use. It's out of sync, out of step. It's out of tone and tune with what the presence of God is saying in the earth today. And we have boxed it into a religion, and I say the religion is not necessary, and that's very threatening to those who make their living.
That's extremely threatening. Without the gospel of inclusion, then you can't use one of the main tools, which is guilt. Isn't that a main tool of fundamentalism?
Of course it is.
I mean, were you actually taught, this could be all off the record, I don't know, but were you actually taught to use guilt as a tool?
Oh yeah, guilt and condemnation, that everybody is born with a death sentence. You know, you're gonna need somebody on your bond when way in the midnight hour, when death come creeping in. That was a song. When death comes creeping in the room, you're gonna need somebody. There are a lot of spooky songs that spooked us to the altars to cry and repent and pray and try to appease this invisible entity that was going to kill us. And but preaching hell, and the real reason for that, Michael, as I'm sure you know, it was a way that Constantine could control the masses of people who had invaded his empire and were going to split it. So he had to integrate Roman religion into Christianity and make it state religion.
Right.
He was a shrewd politician and a smart businessman. I'm not saying that he did something that was uncouth, but his fear and using fear to control the masses is what institutionalized our religion.
Right.
The Christian religion.
But it's happening today. Same tools.
In America.
Right.
In America it's happening. You know, I was a big Bush proponent. I helped him get into office. I visited him in the governor's mansion. Yeah. The first time, not the last time. But I went to the governor's mansion, prayed with him, and his father was there, and you know, made several trips to the White House. And I saw how some smart people like Karl Rove, really perhaps more than George Bush, used fear-based mentalities to effectuate the political change he wanted and to perpetuate it. Because I don't think either Mr. Rove or Mr. Bush is probably as conservative as they say. If the vice president, y'all may not use it, but if the vice president can tell somebody to screw himself or whatever, that's not the term he used,
right,
in the Senate, and they caught the president using profanity and expletive the other day.
Right.
This is the Christian right, you know, which is usually the Christian wrong. But we've got all that stuff in place, and it's all hypocritical.
Right.
Again, I'm sounding unkind, but I really want to alert us, not alarm us, but alert the nation, whoever hears this, to the importance of some pretty immediate and radical changes in the way we look at ourselves and the way we look at other people.
Right.
If we perpetuate the trend that we are in right now, we'll destroy the planet and we'll destroy each other. And weapons of mass destruction, that's what we have, and that's what we're using as a culture.
Along with the weapon of mass distraction, the control of the media.
True, they're working hand in hand.
Hand in hand, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think this is the wake-up call. We're gonna come around. It's gonna take some time, but we're coming around.
Particularly with the present administration, people are abuzz about end-time prophecies. There's a lot of dialogue or discussion or debate. There's a lot of whole lot of conversation around the Book of Revelations. You know, what is your feel on that right now? What would you?